Hello all, in this video we will be discussing about friction. This is your unit 2 and second part of second unit, which is friction. Friction is basically the resisting force which acts in opposite direction of motion. If the body is moving towards right, the frictional force will act towards left. So it is a resisting force. It always acts tangentially at the points of contact. So it always acts at the surface. There are two kinds of friction. One is static friction and another is kinetic friction. Static friction is when the body is at rest and is about to move. That is your static friction. And kinetic friction is when your body is already in motion. The friction that is experienced by the body will be called as kinetic friction. Static friction is when body is in a state of rest and about to move, and kinetic friction is when your body is already moving. Then impending motion, a body will remain in its equilibrium only up to a certain point, and after that it will start to move. So at a point, if I am applying this horizontal force F on this body, the frictional force, let this be mu into N, and this is your normal reaction N. So the frictional force Fr, this at some point will be equals to this force F. So this maximum value of frictional force, which is called as limiting friction, and the body is about to move, is called as the condition of impending motion. Now let us discuss about coefficient of static friction. The magnitude of limiting static frictional force F or Fr is directly proportional to the magnitude of normal reaction R, or here we have considered it as N. So Fs is directly proportional to R. So Fs will be equals to mu s into R, where mu s is coefficient of static friction. In other words, you can describe coefficient of static friction as the ratio of limiting static frictional force to normal reaction R. Similarly, what will be the coefficient of kinetic friction now? Coefficient of kinetic friction will be given as the ratio of kinetic frictional force F, Fk, and normal reaction R. So that is your coefficient of kinetic friction. Then we have angle of static friction. Angle of static friction is, for an impending motion, the angle between normal reaction and the resultant reaction. There are two forces, one is normal reaction developed and one is horizontal frictional force. So due to these two forces, there will be one, we can combine these two into one single force, and we can call it as, let us say, F dash. So this angle between R and F dash, which is theta phi s, will be called as angle of static friction. Angle of kinetic friction, the same way when there is a kinetic frictional force applied. Angle of repose is the angle of inclined plane with horizontal at which the body is just on the verge of sliding. Angle of repose comes into play when there is a condition of impending motion. This is your angle of repose alpha. Mathematically, angle of repose and angle of static friction are equal. This is an important point which you need to remember. A 1-mark question may be framed on this particular point. Now let us discuss some laws of static friction and laws of kinetic friction. Laws of static friction. Frictional force is always acting in opposite direction in which the body tends to move. As we discussed, it is a resisting force, so it will resist the motion, so naturally it will have to act in opposite direction. Frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction, so F is directly proportional to R, जिसका जो हमने definition discuss किया था for coefficient of friction, frictional force upon normal reaction R. Frictional force is equal to net force acting in the direction of tendency of motion. That is your third definition. Frictional force is independent of surface area in contact, but it depends on the nature of surface. That is our fifth law. It depends upon the nature or roughness of the surface. If both the surfaces are smooth, there will be zero friction. If both the surfaces are extremely rough, there will be infinite friction or maximum friction. Similarly, laws of kinetic frictions are framed just like laws of static friction. The frictional force acts in opposite direction in which the body moves. Ratio of kinetic frictional force and normal reaction is constant, which we have considered as coefficient of kinetic friction. Remember this, kinetic friction is slightly less than static friction. Again, a 1 mark question can be framed on this. For moderate speed, frictional force is constant, but it increases as speed decreases. This is your another law which you can consider important, which can be asked for a 1 mark question. A frictional force is constant, but it increases when your speed is decreasing. Okay. And then we discussed about belt friction, ladder friction and wedge friction. So first we will start with belt friction. Belt friction is the transmission of power by means of belt or rope. It depends upon is considered into belt friction. We took an example in this condition where drawing of water from well. हमने कुएं में से पानी निकालने का जो example लिया था, that is an example of your belt friction. So this is your pulley. On this side, let us consider there is a bucket, and on this side you are standing and pulling it, right? So now what you are doing, you are trying to pull this bucket filled with water towards you. So this will be the direction of motion, right? And if you are pulling the bucket, that means you are applying more force as compared to the force in that another side. So if the force applied on your side is considered as T1 and the force in the bucket will be considered as T2, we will have T1 should be more than T2 for you to pull this bucket up. So here T1, which has more force, is considered as tight side, and T2, the side which has less force, is considered as slack side. And due to belt and in belt friction, we have the formula of T1 and T2 to determine coefficient of friction. Beta is the lap angle. Lap angle is the angle of contact between the belt and the pulley. The angle of contact between belt and pulley is called as lap angle, and it is denoted by beta. If the coefficient of friction is mu, then it will be given by 1 by beta log of tight side upon slack side, or in other words we wrote it as tight side upon slack side equals to e to the power mu into beta. Okay, applicable only when, now here you have again for static and kinetic condition. If the body is about to move or about to slip, you apply static condition. When the body is already in motion, you apply coefficient of kinetic friction. Okay, then these are the steps to solve block friction, ladder friction and wedge friction problems. In any case, first you will draw the free body diagram, then you will determine the direction of motion or impending motion, whichever is applicable. Then you will determine the direction of frictional force, and then using equilibrium conditions you will determine the unknown forces whichever are required. Thank you.